My name's Wiley Sharp with Catamaran Central, and today I want to welcome you all aboard Nightlife, a 2021 Elba 45. I'd love to show you around and then go for a sail. What differentiates Nightlife from any other Elba 45 on the water are some of the really important upgrades the owner made, like the solar panels, the lithium batteries, comprehensive Garmin electronics package, the Watermaker, everything you need to get out there and start exploring. First thing you'll notice when we come up to the boat is this factory installed optional hydraulic swim platform. Not only is it a great storage solution for your tender, it also serves as a dinghy dock, which makes it really easy to load groceries and people in and out of the tender while at anchor. There's a couple of really nice details with this platform I'd like to point out. The first thing is the hydraulics are actually mounted on the stern, which protects them from any wave action on the bridge deck. Really going to give the system a lot more longevity. The other thing I really like is how the chocks are completely integrated, making it very easy to deploy and recover your dinghy, as well as removing any trip hazard while on board. As we make our way under the sugar scoop, you'll notice above we've got 3 SunPower solar panels, each on their own controller. Just want to quickly point out the portside mechanical space, which houses the 60 horsepower upgraded Volvo motor, the water heater, as well as the 110 breakers. You'll also notice that Nightlife is equipped with a synthetic teak decking throughout the cockpit and sugar scoops, giving it a warm and inviting feeling without the hassle of real teak. We're going to make a quick loop around the boat, checking out the foredeck, the Flybridge, the Helm arrangement, and then make our way back to the cockpit. Safety was paramount for the owners of Nightlife as they were sailing with young children, so they did smart things like add these grab rails, making it easier and safer for people to get up forward. Another really nice feature as well are these flush mounted deck hatches, which is just one less thing to trip over or stub your toe on. You'll have heard me talk about how much I love hanging out on the foredeck of a catamaran, and the Elba 45 is no different. I love the forward seating area here, as well as the trampoline cover the owners had built for the boat. It makes it a lot more comfortable and almost gives it a hammock-like feeling. Port forward, we have an air-conditioned kids cabin. The family that owns this boat uses kind of a cave for their kids to hang out in. Starboard forward, you have a full head, so if you did want to use this boat with crew, you've got the facilities to do so. One of the annoying things about a forward seating area is a lot of times you have to lift up all of the cushions to access the forward lazarettes. One really clever design feature here is the cushion flips up and you can leave them all on while opening the lazarette. Beneath that seating, we've actually got the anchor windlass with the upgraded anchor chain and upgraded anchor. It's also where the generator compartment is, as well as the Watermaker. So I've been out sailing a few times on this boat, and it is a lot of fun to sail. Very easy to sail as well, and there's certain things that make it an easy boat to sail, like the roller furler here that goes back to one of the electric winches. Right now I'm standing on board the factory installed bowsprit. In addition to the bowsprit, the owner actually went with a North Sails Code 0, which is yet to be installed, with a top-down furler. Making our way down the starboard weather deck, I'd like to quickly point out the jib furling line and how clean it's run. With all the sail control lines led just forward of the helm, this is a really easy boat to sail single-handed. Outside, we've got the spinnaker halyard, main halyard, topping lift, as well as all 3 reef points, which means you can safely reef the boat from the comfort of the cockpit. Outboard, we have the electric winch, and then to port, we have 2 mechanical self-tailing winches. Just after the cockpit, we have the helm position, and I'd like to show you what we have going on here. So the Elba 45 in general is an evolution of the Helia, and they really took owners' suggestions on how to improve the new design. One of the first things you'll notice is the console's actually got an angle, so it's much easier, even with polarized sunglasses, to read all of your instruments. I like that the helm position is fully surrounded by fiberglass. I also love the fact that there is a full enclosure, so when the weather is inclement or cold, you can stay nice, dry, and warm. On the port side here, we have a Garmin 8410, which ties in all the electronics on the boat, from the radar, the AIS, the fish finder, the fusion stereo, as well as the tank monitoring system. Below that, we've got the quick windlass remote, both Volvo engine tachometers. We've got a leather wrapped steering wheel. We have 2 Garmin multifunction displays, a Ritchie compass below that, the Volvo control panels, and then the Volvo engine control starboard. Now, another one of those little details that Fountaine Pajot listened to their clients for was the position of the autopilot. On boats like the Helia or the Saba, it was actually here, and you had to either reach over or through the helm to adjust the autopilot. Now it's over here on the outboard side within very easy reach while I'm comfortably sitting at the helm. I also like that they added this piece of metal trim here so I could set my phone down without it sliding around, as well as having an integrated cup holder. I've got a great line of sight to both bows, as well as I can see both sterns just by peeking my head that way or looking back starboard aft. If I don't feel like turning my head around, there is a camera up on the spreaders facing aft, giving you a backup camera like you're used to in your car. This is another area in which Fountaine Pajot improved upon the success of the Helia 44 by creating an even larger sky lounge, which is the ultimate place to hang out while underway or at anchor. Once I get to anchor, I hike the boom all the way out to the port side just to kind of open up the sky lounge a little bit. We're going to make our way from the Sky Lounge down here to the starboard mechanical space, housing one of the upgraded Volvo motors, as well as the Relion lithium batteries, which is probably one of the nicest upgrades on board this boat. It allows you to remain completely off the grid. When I'm working with clients to buy a catamaran, it's all about taking a checklist and trying to tick as many of those boxes as possible. Now, we get into individual areas on a boat, like the cockpit, for instance, we start focusing on the micro checklist and trying to find a boat that meets all of those needs without compromise. Let's take a moment to look at what some of those micro checkbox items might be. It starts here with little things like the Texaline shade to help protect you from the afternoon sun, the integrated Eno barbecue grill. We have these 2 winches on the outboard side, which make it very easy to handle your Code Zero sails. We've also got the upgraded fusion system and really well-appointed soft goods throughout, including this daybed to port side. There's more than adequate storage throughout the cockpit, as you can see here. It's all lockable as well. And like we talked about up on the foredeck, it's all very easily accessed. And then rounding out the cockpit here is this factory installed Vitra Frigo refrigerator. This boat's a 2021, and like any modern catamaran, you expect a good flow between the cockpit and the Salon. There's a few things though with the Elba 45 that makes it nicer than most catamarans out there. The zero threshold entryway, as well as the 2 sets of pocketing windows and doors, are really important to completely open up the space between the cockpit and the Salon. It's hard for me to describe what I feel when I step into this Salon. Just stop and listen. I've got birds chirping over there. I've got a cool breeze coming from this large opening window. This isn't just a tranquil place to hang out, it's also extremely functional, with the galley dedicated to the port side of the Salon, including in the aft corner where we've got a dual basin sink, Airlux oven, a freezer, and something you never see on a 45-foot catamaran, a Bosch dishwasher. Continuing along the port side galley, we've got the Airlux 3-burner cooktop. Now, you can never have enough storage on board a cruising catamaran. On the Elba 45, there's 5 of these underfoot compartments, which are perfect for canned goods and other non-perishable items. There's also tons of storage underneath this large U-shaped settee. Now, this U-shaped settee is not only functional, comfortable, and inviting, but it also can convert to a bed, so if you do have a larger group on board, you could put a couple of kids up here. All while being able to either A, watch the TV, or B, keep an eye on the chart plotter and see what's happening. Starboard aft, we've got the nav station with the Garmin 8410 display, the main fusion control, a lower VHF station, as well as the dual drawer isotherm refrigerator below. There's curtains that wrap around the entire Salon, and a detail I really love are the magnets, which help keep it nice, neat, and tidy. So she's a 4-cabin, 4-head boat. Let's move down to the staterooms and check out those spaces. The berth is a semi-walk-around queen berth, which makes it really easy to get in and out of, as well as make your bed. Boats, sometimes even the simplest task can be a bit challenging, so anything a manufacturer can do to make it a little bit easier will just make your life better. Storage is also a really key component in any catamaran, and in the Elba 45 there's plenty of storage not only under the bed, but there's also drawers at the foot as well as a couple of hanging lockers. So each of the cabins has its own ensuite head on the outboard side with a separate shower stall, an electric head, a single basin sink with plenty of storage above it as well as below. We just picked up the anchor. We're gonna head back into the marina. Just wanna say thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me on board and let me take you for a quick sail. If you have any questions on Nightlife, this 2021 Elba 45 or any other catamaran, please don't hesitate to reach out. Looking forward to seeing you guys on board the next catamaran.